Do you ever look around and think, wow, the world is a crazy place, and it just seems to get crazier and crazier? Ease your mind and take a break. This is Fuel for the Soul with John Giftah. We're a hub for inspirational Christian sermons, practical keys for Christian living, and Christian discussions and interviews. You'll be inspired to live the life that you were created for. Your host is a top-ranking podcaster, best-selling author, world record holder, aerospace engineer, life coach, evangelist, and founder of John Giftah International. Welcome to Fuel for the Soul with John Giftah.
Hello everyone, it's such a joy for me to join you on this segment of the Fuel for the Soul with John Giftah podcast. Today being 14th of April, as a Titanic fan, today is the day the Titanic sank in 1912, and I have done a lot of series and sessions and learned a lot of things that we can inculcate in our everyday life based out of the Titanic. And today there is something that I just thought I would share with you guys, because in line with the world that we're living in, like if you were listening to my podcast sermon yesterday, I told you that despite the fact that the crippled men in both John chapter 5 as well as in Acts chapter 3, they had to wait for a long period of time, almost 38 years in one case and 40 years, almost 4 decades in both the cases. And despite the fact that it looked like this is how their situation would be, God showed up and turned the situation around. The thing is this, I shared the importance of waiting for that divine moment when God will actually do the miracle, right? Because we're living in a time and age, we want everything and we want it fast, we want it now, we want it instantaneously, because you have everything in the click of a button. Oh, you know what? I feel like I want to order something online, I want to go it on Amazon and order something, I want to do it right away. Oh, I see this nice dress I see on a website that comes on my socials, I just want to order it. I don't think about the money, I don't think about anything, just go ahead and get this stuff done. But here's the thing, see, there's a place where you should not be stingy. You should learn to live your life as well, right? But at the same time, you should learn to be in a place where you are patient. You learn things by being patient. You're not impulsive, because that's something that's so much lacking in today's generation, because instant coffee, instant money, instant this, instant that, instant results. So that's the reason when people don't get what they want immediately, they give up. They wait for a period of time and then they give up. I was sharing this with you guys recently, how with with last month and this month, ever since the recording and then the release date, it's been 10 years since I started going to a studio and recording high quality videos for YouTube consistently. I've been consistent on YouTube for the past 10 years with over 1,600 videos over a period of time. And here's the thing, most people in my position would have given up for the kind of results I've seen on YouTube in the last 10 years, to be honest, right? But the thing is this, in a generation like today, people say, you know what, you've been doing for 10 years and this is the result. What makes you keep going, despite the fact that you've been putting things for a long time? See, I want you to understand something here. There's a very important principle to learn, okay? See, when you think about the Titanic had certain strengths, like it was the most luxurious ship in the world of that time. It was having the latest technology. It had so many things that were like not seen anywhere else. The latest technology that made it called the unsinkable because of the watertight compartment doors that they had. The Titanic was, like by far the biggest object ever made by man in history during that period of time. But here's the thing I want you to understand. The Titanic's strength was not speed. Speed being the strength was for other ships. There were ships that would go faster than the Titanic. They could go at 30 knots, 40 knots, whereas the Titanic's maximum speed was 21 knots or 22 knots if you push it to the fullest. Here's the thing. If you even see in the movie, there's a moment where the owner of the ship, Bruce Ismay, is coaxing the captain, Edward John Smith, saying, speed up, because we want to rush and reach our destination fast. See, the captain actually says, no, I don't want to push the limits of the engine too fast. I wanted to just slowly get used to things. But he was forcing him, saying, go ahead. See, this was the mistake, right? They were rushing at a time when they had several warnings, 6 warnings on April the 14th, saying, slow down, iceberg ahead. They were rushing through the ice fields because they wanted to get the name that they were also quick. Because they already had name for other things, the unsinkable, the technology, and all of those things. But they wanted to get the name for speed. And what happened? It sank and hit headlines for the wrong reason, right? Here's the thing I want you to understand. There's a verse I want to share, and I want to help you understand the message that I want to drive to. It is mentioned in Exodus 23 verse 30. Okay, the Lord is speaking to them, and this is what it says. I'm reading to you from the NIV version first. It says, little by little I will drive them out before you until you are increased enough to take possession of the land. If you see, even in the other version like NLT, it says, I will drive them out a little at a time. A little at a time, little by little. I want you to get this. See, God could have helped them conquer the full promised land in one go, right? He is God, He is Almighty. But He says, I will help you possess the land little by little. It's not going to happen in an instant, right? It's a little by little process by which you possess the land. It's a little by little process by which you put an end to the schemes of the enemy, and you conquer and you come out victorious. See, I'm telling you honestly, when I started out the ministry 14 years ago, or the YouTube 10 years ago, or all the different avenues through which I minister, I'm telling you, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to get into the fullness. I want to be like, traveling and ministering and doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. But can I tell you something? The process through which God takes you is little by little. You know why? Because I've seen a lot of people, in an instant, they just grow. In an instant, overnight success, when you say that, sometimes just one thing goes viral right in the beginning, and they just are not able to handle the success. They're not able to handle how to be the light in the darkness at that point. They're just thrown apart. They're not ready for that. And God prepares you for that moment by you going and conquering little by little. Maybe it may not be virality for you. It may not be impact in terms of the ministry for you. Maybe it could be your business. It could be a relationship. It could be you advancing in your career. It could be you taking a step towards your God-given calling, or whatever it is. I'm challenging you today to get to that place, instead of being in a place where you're like, you know what, I want to rush and get my full possession of the land. Why don't you say, Lord, give me the grace to conquer the land little by little. Help me to, go with the pace that you have set out for me. I don't want to be like the Titanic, rushing ahead and missing the point and ending up sinking on my maiden voyage. I want to be someone who's making an impact. I want to be someone who's growing your roots deep and wide, so that even through the storm, even through the icebergs that come your way, you'll be strong enough to face it, come out victorious. And I'm telling you honestly, I don't say this from a place of pride, but sometimes I've noticed this when I see people who just, for example, I've been in ministry for the past 14 years. I've been doing this, right? I've seen people who were never in the Lord, and then suddenly, one bulb moment, they experience something, and then they were like, I'm going to start ministering for the Lord, and their testimony is powerful, and immediately, they get the connections, the advance, and everything, all of that, and then, in 1 year, they just grow like crazy, whereas you've been putting in effort for the past 14 years. And here's the thing, maybe the Lord is using them, the Lord blesses them, great. But the thing is, sometimes when I listen to what they got to say, I realize, oh my gosh, there's no depth in what you're saying, because you didn't have that time of pruning, the process that took me to bring that depth that is required in the message, the depth that is required in bringing understanding what people are going through in that moment, and bringing the revelation from the word that will bring the difference in the life of people, impact in the lives of people. Because you see, in a world that wants instant results, instant satisfaction, instant gratification, they also forget the message instantly if there's no depth in it. So my challenge to you guys is this simple truth, guys. Let's learn from the Titanic, and let's learn from our life. Let's learn from God's word. That the process involves God leading us little by little, not jumping into the fullness of it in one go. And be ready for that, because that's the process in which you'll grow deep and you'll come out victorious for the glory of God. Amen. God bless you.
You've been listening to Fuel for the Soul with John Giftah. We hope you were blessed and inspired to live the life that God has for you. Make sure to subscribe to the John Giftah YouTube channel for regular uploads of sermons, skits, interviews, and more. Follow John Giftah on Instagram for regular inspirational posts. And don't forget to check out the best-selling books written by John Giftah, Who Am I?, which will help you understand your identity, and the latest #1 bestseller, Unveil Your Purpose, helping you discover your purpose and to start walking in it. Make sure to leave a rating and review, and be sure to share it with your friends and loved ones. If you'd like to donate, you can find the PayPal link in the description. And if you'd like to invite John Giftah to speak at your event or to get more details, go to the website at www.johngiftah.com. See you on the next episode of The Fuel for the Soul with John Giftah. God bless you.